What's up guys, Kenan from E39 Source here with the 2001 525, and today we're going to be talking about going from having standard grills to the aesthetically improved M5 kidney grills. So just a couple of things to note before you do this grill wise. If you have a pre-facelift M5 versus a post-facelift M5, the grills were a little bit different. On the pre-facelift, these slats were all silver. They were completely silver. On the facelifted cars, it's kind of difficult to see, but only the front part is silver. You get the same effect, but it's just they're just a little bit different. That's just something to note if you want to go for something original. The part number for the right kidney grill, that's the passenger side kidney grill, is 51132497262. And for the left one, it is 51132497261. So just punch that in wherever you want to, whatever site you use. And yeah, they're about $62 a piece, I think. So yeah, you're looking at $120 or so to do this upgrade. Okay, so before we do anything, a couple things you're going to want. You're going to definitely want to have a really good light source. I happen to have this light bar. I tend to use this for detailing, but it works very well for this purpose. You're also going to want to have a flathead screwdriver. I'd recommend making sure the one that has a pretty decent reach and that has a small tip like this. You'll need to use that to pry the tabs. Also have a towel and some kind of cleaning agent available. You'll see why in just a minute. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is open your hood and position the light so you can see the back of the kidney grills. Naturally, you want to make sure your engine is cool when you do this so you don't melt anything, and obviously it will make working conditions considerably more pleasant. Now what you're going to need to do to get the kidney grills out, it's actually pretty simple. You're going to need to pry out these white tabs, or these silver tabs. All you do is just take a screwdriver and you sort of just pry them, lift them up a little bit and pull forward. When you do that, because this is constructed in two pieces, it'll be much easier to get the rest of the grill out. So there are 6 of these that you need to do, 1 on each side and 2 on top and 2 on bottom. What I recommend doing is sort of working along the bottom and then to the sides. Once you have that done, the grill's going to be pretty much out. You can pull it forward just a little bit more from the car and then lift those top 2 tabs up and the whole grill will just pop out. Again, be very careful not to break these plastic tabs. They're very easy to break, especially when you're using a screwdriver. And if you do break them, then this grill will not seat nicely for either the next owner or if you choose to go put the grills back in for some reason. So just be careful about that. We did find from our experience here, Ryan and myself, putting these in, it is very easy to break them putting them in. And if you break these tabs here especially, that actually hold the grill into the car as opposed to holding the bezel to the grill, that can create a bit of a problem. We found that if you just actually wrapped up duct tape on itself several times and put it in there, it will hold it nicely. Just make sure it's really thick. But in general, try not to break those. You don't want to have to use duct tape to hold those onto your car. That can be a real pain. You just don't want it, loose and flopping around. But that's just a little side note. So again, be very careful regarding those plastic tabs. Okay, so looking at the tabs there, so yeah, you just take a screwdriver and just lift up like that. And when you do that, pull forward on the grill. Obviously I can't do this because I have one hand holding the camera, but you just pull forward on the silver bezel there, and as you do that, you just work little by little on each one all the way around until you get to the top. Once you have the 2 sides and the 2 bottom ones out, what you're going to find is that the grill comes away like this. It becomes a little bit easier to gain access to the top. You kind of just pull it forward from one side. It's fighting me a little bit. But you pull it forward from one side and the whole grill kind of just comes out like that. You have to kind of work it around on the passenger side, of course, because you have the hood release latch there. But once you have it kind of worked around, which is easier said than done when you only have one hand free, once you have it said and done, you just sort of pull it out of the aperture and then take the time to clean behind what was the grill. Just take a spray wax and kind of clean that down. Once you have the kidney hill aperture cleaned to your heart's content, you just take the new M5 kidney grill and you position it how you need to put it into the car, and then if you just give it a tap and apply a little bit of pressure, it should pop right in. Again, you know, you want to do this with the heel of your hand, kind of like this, and just make sure it seats up properly, being careful not to break any of those tabs. Also, make sure that when you're done, the hood latch clears this first spoke here. It's kind of tight on my car, so I may do some adjusting there to get it just right. But ultimately, once you're done, just go ahead and polish up this plastic, and you're pretty much all set to go. Really simple DIY there, but ultimately it adds quite a lot to the front of the car. I'll take some footage of that in just a second with the hood closed. So again, you know, pretty easy to do. Just be mindful of those tabs, don't break them, and you'll add a nice little aesthetic update to your car. Okay, so there we are, halos blazing, both grills in. I really do think it adds a nice little bit of something to the front of the car if the camera will focus properly. But it definitely adds a more clean look to the car. Again, this is really not that important, it's purely aesthetic, but I really like the way it looks. I think it is much more up to date than the old black grills. Well, anyway guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next E39 source video. Bye-bye.